people, Vietnamese or people I worked with, they don't give up. I found that so impressive, hearing how it kind of, went down in other countries. And that's where I kind of, fell in love with the work ethics here. And overnight, it's 6 years later. The most German thing about me is my German passport.
To know that when I listen to you, I think that you must be lecturer.
The blog is only for people in the hotel industry, right? My answer depends on that. So I just want to know my future depends on the answer now. One of the best arrival experience I had was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Embarrassing and funny. I can't go into detail, unfortunately, but if somebody watching the podcast meets me personally, you can ask me about it. I'll tell the story.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Arrival podcast by Hotelier Vietnam, the #1 podcast in hospitality in Vietnam. And I am so happy today I have Benjamin, our guest. He is currently working as GM, General Manager of Pan Pacific Hanoi. He will share his inspiring story, insight in hospitality. Welcome to our show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kang.
Benjamin, we often talk about hospitality, and whether still today we talk about the passion or it's more about KPI, more about social media or reviews?
I love that question. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Very excited to be part of the podcast. I appreciate that. I've been working now in the hotel industry for close to 30 years, and when I started, there was no social media.
But you still look very young.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Trying hard. It's the good cameras you have. So when I started, there was no social media, online reviews. It was all about word of mouth and just being there for the guests. So over the years, yes, it did change a bit. It is always the focus on KPIs every morning, checking online reviews, just being on top of things, which is a bit sad, right? Because the passion you have for the hotel industry is being on the floor, finding out what the guests need, and that's one of the reasons why I chose to work in the hotel. So I think as a leader, you can kind of choose yourself. What do you want, right? So never lose the passion, but obviously nowadays, KPIs, social media, online reviews, all of that is
more pressure.
The pressure is on, but no, it's an important part, but never lose the passion. You still need that.
So I get your point. That means passion is very important for people working in hospitality. You started from bottom position, like bartender or people working in the F&B, and just you growing up. Whenever or wherever you have felt lost, fail in hospitality, or whenever you want to switch your career or not, you want to change. To be absolutely honest, everybody has that point in working in any job, right? You have good days, you have bad days, and look, I've had my dark days, but it wasn't really because of the job. It's if I remember back, it's a lot of times the leaders we worked with, right? And I think that makes a big difference. But luckily you have colleagues, you have the guests kind of to catch you again and make you remember why am I in this industry and why am I so passionate about it. But yes, certainly, I think it comes in any job that you have those times, right, where you question, did I make the right choice going into the industry? But as always in life, it's a downward and it's an upward. Yeah, it's a good roller coaster ride. And roller coaster rides, they're fun, they're exciting.
So, but you think that you made right decision and
Oh,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't want to do anything else. I'm where I should be, I guess.
What have kept you stay in the hospitality until today? That means about 30 years.
Well, it's when I started out. I mean, I started out in F&B as a waiter. Then I was a bartender. Then I changed over to front office as a front desk agent, and I kind of realized or saw for myself, wow, you can really build a career, and then not only build a career but also the possibility to see the world, and just to go to places where others dream of or where others just go for vacation. And I just kind of found in myself the passion working with people. So the one thing about the hotel industry, it never gets boring.
I see.
There is no, not one day like the other. You know, I couldn't imagine myself having a 9-to-5 office job. I mean, some people are happy with it, and I absolutely respect that. But yeah, there needs to be some excitement.
You have been working in different places and meeting with different customers from different countries. So now you moved to work in Vietnam for more than 5 years, to my knowledge.
Yes, correct.
What the different working in other country in compare working in Vietnam?
Oh, that's a difficult question. The difference is, I mean, you always kind of have to adapt yourself to wherever you live and understand the culture and the background and kind of how people tick. I personally, I'm almost, in November it's going to be 6 years. I fell in love with Vietnam quite fast, just of the work ethics here, and what I kind of saw or found out, people, Vietnamese or people I worked with, they don't give up. So when I started, shortly after, unfortunately, COVID-19 hit, and how the team handled it, how the team grew together, how we together found solutions to all the incoming problems, I found that so impressive, hearing how it kind of, went down in other countries. And that's where I kind of, fell in love with the work ethics here. And like overnight, it's 6 years later, which, I'm very happy to be here.
This morning, I just met Remy, GM of Grand Mercure Hanoi.
Good old Remy,
You're
yes.
talking about hospitality and talking about people and what he liked also. He liked Vietnamese people. I said, why? He said it's very friendly and people working also with the heart.
True.
So, one question about again, you are German person, and German people known for discipline, principle. And have you ever thought that hospitality too soft compared to your personality?
That's a good question. I love that. The most German thing about me is my German passport. That's probably where it ends. I left Germany when I was quite young. I was about 9 years old, and due to my parents also being from the hotel industry, I moved around. So I would not consider myself being very German, but probably better to ask my team. But the hotel industry being too soft, no. Sometimes I think the hotel industry can be too hard. And that's where we as leaders then come in and try to soften the blow. I do have certain German traits that I cannot hide. But no, all in all, I think us as a leader coming into whatever country, me coming to Vietnam or before in Thailand or working in the Middle East, again, like I mentioned before, we have to adapt, right? And it doesn't matter what passport we carry, what nationality we are. you have to adapt to the country and then try to make the best out of it, right? And teach or coach, mentor through your experience, but not necessarily through your traits that you're given by your nationality.
When you work in Vietnam with different employees from different backgrounds, and maybe people from Hanoi, from countryside, and from the north, from central Vietnam, how you can connect the people or put people in the good team?
Yeah, I had that experience in my previous hotel. I love to hire based on attitude. So there's a certain aspect of aptitude, but attitude. So for me, if you have the right attitude, then you're already on the winning side, right? If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to look, we know the hotel industry is not easy. It's a lot of hours, but if you have the right character and attitude, then I don't really care where you're from. And if you bring together people with the right attitude into one room, it really doesn't matter where they're from, because at the end of the day, you have one common goal, right? And the common goal is to make whatever you do, to make it a success story.
I just really like your answer about attitude. We are on the same page, because attitude is one of the most important.
Okay. It is, absolutely. If somebody doesn't have the right attitude, we might as well part ways, because I know already it's not going to work out.
We talk good thing about hospitality, and now is there any dark side or hidden side of hospitality, just for young people to be aware or to avoid being shocked before entering industry?
Well, I should actually be a spokesperson for the hotel industry, because we need more young talent to come and join us. But obviously, as in any job, yes, there are dark sides. I mean, nowadays people are really not into working on the weekends anymore or on public holidays. But the hotel business or the hotel never stops. We're 24/7, 365 days. Right? So again, that's where we talked about passion before. We talked about attitude. That's where it comes in. Yes, you have dark sides. You have bad days. You have sometimes you have a bad guest. You have incidents that happen. But if you have the right attitude, you learn out of this. You grow as a person, your character, right? So I would lie if I would say, no, in the hotel industry, everything is perfect. Nowhere it's perfect. But for me, and that's why I love it, it's pretty darn close to perfect. But yes, there are dark sides. Not dark sides, but not all days are sunshine.
Do you know that when I listen to you, I think that you must be lecture. It's very convincing. I like the way you talk and idea, and it's very meaningful.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
talking about that we have the bad guests or demanding guests or tough guests. Yes. How you can fix this issue with the guests, or what is lessons for hospitality to learn from you guys?
I think it's well, you know, like I mentioned before, I worked in resorts quite a long time, and that's where you really learn, because it's families, it's couples, it's just people on vacation, right? And if something bad happens, you really need to step in to make it right for them again, because you know, like a vacation is a memory of a lifetime. And I always told my team, I don't want to be the one responsible for ruining that memory of a lifetime. So as soon as if a guest complaint happens or you have a demanding guest, and you they realize that you actually care about their problem. You truly care. You show empathy, right? Then you're already halfway there. Fixing the problem is the next thing, or trying to fix it, or finding a compromise that makes the guest happy. But the key is to any complaint, difficult guest, demanding guest, is empathy, right? But showing that you actually care. That was always my recipe of how to fix.
In good recipe.
It worked for me.
Yeah. We often and always talk that customer is always right. What do you think about that?
Yes. The podcast, the blog is only for people in the hotel industry, right? My answer depends on that.
No, not only for hotelier. A lot of investor, owner of hotel resort,
so
they follow that one, and professional people lecture also. Even people from VNAT, that means the tourist authority people.
So I just want to know if my future depends on the answer now. No, the guest is not always right. And there are times where, as a leader, as a manager, you need to step in and let the guest know that he's not right. There are boundaries. There are always boundaries. I'm talking about if a guest starts being abusive, if a guest, then the guest is not right anymore. I think these days are also over, where they said the guest is king. Well, I always had this thing. I changed my mind a bit because I like my future. The guest is king as long as he acts like a king. That's what I thought when I grew into my career. The sense that the guest is always right is what I talked about before, showing empathy, trying to dissolve the situation. But again, there are these limits, the boundaries, where certainly the guest is not right anymore. And that when it starts influencing my team or threatening abusive behavior, that's a no-go area.
I totally agree with you for that one. So, in your career, I believe that you have met a lot of VIP people.
Yeah.
Is there any just bad memory or good memory or the lesson you learned from? Can you share with us?
A lot of good memories. I'm quite a music fan, and I was lucky to work in a couple of properties where we had lots of top stars. Very exciting for me. And you kind of, you learn, right? If you have royal guests, politicians, the protocol, how to do it, so you kind of evolve in that. But now it's always exciting, just the preparation for those kind of guests. Just making sure, in terms of security, their wishes, their demands, everything is set up. But excuse me, some of the highlights, one of the best arrival experience I had was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I really, that was embarrassing and funny. I can't go into detail, unfortunately. But if somebody watching the podcast meets me personally, you can ask me about it. I'll tell the story. But no, that's something that I will remember. But if you have, guests like the Rolling Stones, Madonna, just absolute top stars, and that is always something special to meet your idols in person, but yet remain very professional, like you should in the luxury hotel industry or in the 5-star hotel industry. So no, but a lot of good memories. No bad memories, luckily.
Again, I am absolutely agree with you, because before I work at the Metropole Hotel, Also, I welcome also Mick Jagger, also from Rolling Stone.
So we have a common friend.
Yeah. We know how to. I agree that you said that we should prepare when in advance. Good preparation also very good for VIP and other thing. We know how to just deal with all the top VIP guests.
Absolutely.
Yes. Any lesson you want to share for young people who want to follow just hospitality career?
Look, it's for me it was the right choice. It's an industry that if you have the right attitude, and again we're going back to that right attitude, the passion, you can have a career. It's nothing really holds you back, but you also kind of have to look at your character, right? Are you a people's person? Do you enjoy interacting with guests, internal guests, meaning your colleagues, your in-house guests? So there's so many stakeholders, and you need to enjoy working with them on a day-to-day basis. So it's really about what kind of person are you? Do you have the attitude to work in the hotel industry? I've met, like here since almost 6 years in Vietnam, so much talent. And I also try to bring talent to every hotel that I worked in. If I meet somebody and you say, wow, you're perfect for the hotel industry. You know, and trying not to convince them, but at least offer them the chance to explore, right? But I think it's really based on how do you see your future, what do you want to do, and what type of person are you, character. Explore it. It's an exciting job. I mean, I recommend it, but
I still see the passion
it's still
from
there.
you.
It's still there.
So for you, it's easy or it's difficult to work with young people or Gen Z?
Oh no, I love it.
Nowadays.
No, I love it. And look, we need to adapt. See, I'm what am I? Generation X. So I'm starting to be in the dinosaur generation. But no, we need to adapt, and I'm all for it. I mean, for the new generations, it is about work-life balance. It's about how they're being treated, that they're being heard in their job, that you actually take their feedback on board. See that it kind of changed over the generations, but look, I can still learn a lot. I mean, my kids are in that age, so even at home I learn. And you have to embrace it, because that's the future, right?
We learn from young people. What I want to talk about for you, what is strong point and what weaknesses of the Gen Z?
Ooh, I don't really want to go there, but no, it's the strong point is that they know what they want, and I really like that. They've kind of learned throughout the generations, and they are trying to find the right balance in their life. On the other hand, and please, whoever is listening here, don't take me wrong. Life is not always a strawberry tea or strawberry cupcakes. It's you have hard times, you have tough times. Sometimes you feel you're not treated right. You have good days, you have bad days. But sometimes you just, just get over it, move on, and sometimes, the job is hard. Like it well in the hotel industry. With the different seasons we have during high season, yes, there's more work, but there's also more benefits, and then there's low season, right, where we all then have a bit of time to relax more and have a bit more balance. So it's just understanding that some things you just can't change. Embrace it, and but like don't see yourself as a victim.
I see.
I hope that was clear. It's a bit complicated, and probably could talk about it for an hour, but that would. I'm quite into understanding the different generations. Right? It's very interesting, but like I said, I don't want to bore you and our audience to death.
No, actually, just your story and the way you talk very inspires, and you share your knowledge,
Thank you.
experiences. I'm sure that people value and appreciate that one.
Thank you.
So, we talk about Gen Z. How many just percentage of young people working in Pan Pacific here?
Oh, we have a good mixture. I think it's a healthy mixture. I would lie to you if you want an exact percentage, but I think
About, yeah, around. Not exactly, but to get just an idea.
Gen Z, I'm 35% maybe. Look, I think it needs to be balanced, right? Because we all learn from each other. Doesn't matter if you have the baby boomers, if you have Gen X, the millennials, Gen A, Gen Z, whatever, but learn from each other. So that's why if it's balanced, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, this hotel has been open and put into operation for many years. That means we have a lot of employees working since opening of the hotel today.
25, 26
How
years.
you can put motivation, how you can motivate both old generation, old employee and the new young generation, and how you can make the team work in effective way.
I think you need a common goal, right? Be transparent and have a common goal, because if everybody knows where we're running towards, it doesn't really matter. You know, everybody has their ways, but it's one common target. Obviously, every employee needs to be treated as per character. Like I know from my like leadership team, HODs, their characters, and how I need to pass a message or how I need to talk to them. And really, yes, you can take into account the generation gap, but in terms of motivation and kind of goes back to one of your questions. One thing I love about Vietnam is the motivation. Is that no, you know, we never give up. We're going to reach that target. We're going to reach that goal. So I think motivation is not the big issue, but also it's important how you treat your team. I think that's a big part of motivation. And when, you know, one of your questions before was like the bad days, when did I have bad days? And it was mostly not having the right leader. You know, and that can be one of the most demotivating aspects of work, right?
You're right.
But, if you foster a two-way communication and you do care, and again, it's being a people's person, then motivation comes automatically.
Is there any chance or opportunity for young people to be promoted?
Oh, absolutely, and that's what I love seeing. Seeing team members that I know and you know see them grow, and that's. I think the hotel industry is one of the industries where you really have the chance and the potential to grow, and I mean in all the hotels I worked in, I really focus on internal promotions, and that's also one big aspect at Pan Pacific Hanoi. Is if a position comes available, we look inside. Sometimes it's good to bring new blood inside, from outside inside, but mostly our focus is grow the people and build their career and I think that's really important, and that's why we have our assessments twice a year. We have appraisals where really for me it's not just a one-way communication about giving feedback about how they are in their job, but it's a two-way trying to find out where do you want to go, where do you want to be next year. Some people don't really want to grow, which is fine. They're happy where they are. They don't want more responsibility, but those who are eager, who want more, then yes, foster them, work with them, coach, and let's do it. If it's not, if it's in the same hotel, great. If they want to explore outside, that's the beauty of hotel companies. Help them get the experience abroad or in another city.
At Pan Pacific Hanoi, do you have training program for young people? Or?
Oh yeah, we do. Look, it starts out basically with orientation. I believe a lot in on-the-job trainings. I think classroom trainings. Yes, certain trainings you need to do classroom style, but they're also a bit of a dinosaur. So online trainings. We have all different kinds of aspects. If you come from outside, we have a buddy system, which is a great way to learn, and we make sure that all the boxes are ticked during your orientation or during when you start working here, that you feel comfortable in your job, and we don't miss out, because at the end of the day we want to set you up for success.
I see. We are talking about Gen Z young generation. Those people sitting here just finished or graduated from university. How long for them to be promoted or to be head of department or GM one day?
That's
because they really want to listen to that one, to hear that one.
I forgot to bring my crystal ball, but it all comes really down again to your attitude. At the pace you want to work in, and the responsibility you want to take. It comes down to yourself. If you're in the position and take more responsibility than your job description says, so you're eager to move ahead, there's no stopping you. It can go fast. Also, part of the decision progress should be, the hotel industry is very diverse in the terms of departments that we have, right? So do I want to be in the front line, in F&B, in rooms, wherever? Do I want to be more in the back office, in finance? And obviously, my experience is that the operational departments, because there are more levels, it tends to move faster.
I see.
So yes, but I can't give a number. Sorry. I can't give a number.
Exactly, but
you're going to hold me to it, and in 10 years I get a call.
Okay.
That Benjamin, nothing happened. So it's up to yourself.
Okay. So if people want to be GM, better they start it from operations department or back office, or what your advice?
So I'm a very operational guy. So no, it changed also over the years. Back in the days, it was either you were rooms or you were F&B, and then you grew to be a GM. That changed. We have amazing GMs with a sales and marketing background, amazing GMs that come from finance, but during their career, they looked outside of their department, right? Because yes, obviously, if you come from an admin background, you need to know about operation to be a GM. Same as an operational GM, I need to understand sales and marketing and finance, to a certain extent engineering. So it changed over the years. So there is no recipe of what department can get you there faster, but it's how you, during your career path, how you show interest to learn about outside of your department, about other departments, and just kind of start to be an all-arounder.
You just mentioned, and one thing I'm sure that Ms. Thuy, she's now working in Marcom, marketing department. She must be happy to hear that you said that GM also come from the sales marketing department, and one day it will be for her chance also. Yes?
For sure, for sure. I not long ago, I remember we had a conversation. So, no, absolutely. But again, let's take Thuy as an example.
Yeah.
Does she want to be a GM? You know, if she's willing, then yes, absolutely. And it's so fantastic to see, again, over the last years, that much more female power is at GM level, which is absolutely great to see. And also, you know, building the Vietnamese workforce to be a GM. And there are fantastic examples of that.
See. If you make the plan for her or design career plan for her, how you would design that one for Thuy? To be GM one day.
Well, I think as a next step then would be, unfortunately I would need to take her out of her Marcom role and move more into sales, and then take the route as a director of sales and marketing, move along there. Example, Thuy has already a lot of operational knowledge, which is great, but then take the route through director of sales and marketing, as a next step, hotel manager, EAM, and then proceed to general manager. That, on top of my head, that's what.
It is very, very valuable advice. Why I ask you such kind of question, because you know that a lot of students who study in other countries, they follow our hotel in Vietnam, and they want to know exactly how they can have opportunity to be promoted or what their career in the future. But I think that is quite meaningful. And for people also in Vietnam here, the same thing, hotel in Vietnam. And
no, which is great. And I think you need a roadmap. And like looking back, because I started as rank and file, and I did have that roadmap, and I said to myself, okay, in 2 years I want this. I said to myself back when I was duty manager, I said to myself, by the time I'm 30, I want to be front office manager, right? But you don't have to be disappointed. Sometimes it takes a year longer, you know, it depends on the position available, whatever, but you need to have that kind of agenda roadmap, because again, for me, I think it's very important. I spoke about goals before and having a common goal. And if you have a goal, you work something toward, then you will achieve it. But if you kind of just, you know, c'est la vie, when it happens, then it's going to be much more difficult.
We are talking about the people and young generation working for Pan Pacific and the chance to be promoted or promotion. And can you talk a little bit about the benefit for employee here? Maybe a good chance for you just to
advertise. Yes. Now, I think one of the benefits is here, and that's the culture we have in the hotel, is the two-way communication. And that's also, I think, very important too. We talked about the different generations to Gen Z. It's very important that their voice is heard, their opinion counts. and that does make a lot of difference. Look, I mean, yes, Pan Pacific Hotels Group, Pan Pacific Hanoi, we have the same benefits as other big hotel companies have. Fair pay, the assessments, trainings,
Annual leave, holiday,
annual leave. You know, there's
bonus.
nothing really out of this world. We foster good relationships with our sister properties, so we love to have that exchange programs. So I think that's one big thing which is interesting. When you go for 2-3 months outside, you see a different hotel, you see a different culture. Some people really enjoy it, and some say, not for me. But yes, no, in terms of benefit, we're trying to do a lot. You know, it's also, you know, about having fun, all the activities we do, the summer outings. But just in terms of benefits, it's on par. But I always say choose your hotel about the sentiment, the feeling that's within the property, because that's then your way to enjoy your work. And if you enjoy your work, you automatically are more successful as if you tread it.
So we talk about young generation, talk about the promotion. Now we generally we talk about the Pan Pacific product and services. What is one of, I'm very impressive is the Houghton have about 200 pieces of artwork.
Yes, very proud of
How you can preserve, how you can select it, and to make it not like a decoration of the hotel, but it would be like the part of the hospitality or guest experiences.
Yes, so we are very proud of our artwork collection, and there are over 200 pieces. And I think in selecting the artwork, there needs to be a connection between either Pan Pacific Hanoi, connection to Hanoi, Vietnam, to culture. It needs to be something where our guests walk by, they stop and say, wow, it makes sense. Our art collection is not for the sake to have an art collection, but it needs to be meaningful, and I think that's important. And you know, it's fantastic to see in my experience here now. I'm so impressed with the number of incredible artists Hanoi and Vietnam has. So there is absolutely no shortage, and again, I'm very, very impressed. So. And obviously, there's so much to choose from. That's why the selection process, you know, has to be careful, because it does need to make sense for us. But in general, Pan Pacific Hotels Group, like our sister properties, also very driven about art. It really stems back from Pan Pacific Hotels Group. To really foster the art, and I think, you know, sometimes nowadays 5-star hotels, they're all the same. They kind of lose their face a bit, right? They choose the top 10 designers, and what really then sets you apart or be different is through having special artwork, having pieces that guests see and just stop to take a look for a minute and take it in.
Pan Pacific Hanoi is well known among clients from Hanoi, from Ho Chi Minh City, and from other countries. But since you moved here, is there any chance you want to let people know about?
Look, I think change. Yes, we implemented different things. You know, every GM comes in has new ideas, and when you have turnover, you might hire different new leaders just to bring in new ideas. Every GM has a different leadership style.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm actually not that type of person, and my team will vouch for that. Who say, no, I've done this, I've done that, and this and that. I think I just kind of let the numbers speak for themselves. And for me, always it was, if my team is happy, right? If they go along with my management style, they appreciate me, then I'm automatically successful. Because the GM, at the end of the day, you are the captain and you guide, but at the end of the day, to reach all the KPIs and goals and everything, it's the team that makes it work.
I see.
And that's my success.
One more question about that one. When you talking about hotel performance, so what make you happier? The figure, the number, financial profit, or employee satisfaction, or KPI you meet, or ranking or reviews?
Oh,
What is?
so I mean, to sum it up, I think it's the financial performance, it's guest satisfaction, or employee satisfaction, and I kind of look at it as a wheel, and they all need to work. They all need to, because you can only achieve all three if each and every part of the wheel is happy or works. So if your team is not happy, your guests will not be happy. So you won't reach guest satisfaction. If your guests are not happy, you won't reach your financial goals, right? So, and if your guests are not happy, you don't reach your financial goals, and most of the times then also the staff is not happy. So they're all interlinked with each other. You cannot take one away, because then it all kind of crumbles down. So for me, they're equally important, but as having said before, being a people's person, like the happiness or the satisfaction of my team is very close to me, because I know then the two other main goals or KPIs are easier to reach. Hope that makes sense.
I really like his answer, very smart.
Well, thank you.
Your GM, you deserve this position, because I have been talking to many GM from different hotel groups, and I like the way people answer. But today I just very impressed with the way you
I appreciate
answer.
That. Thank you very much.
We are talking about Pan Pacific. So one more thing, what do you think about the greenwashing?
Look, there's yes, sustainability, green engagement, looking out for the future is very important, and it's I think for some hotels, just to keep up with the trend, yes, there is greenwashing going on, and but at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat, and it's every hotel company has that written on their flag. Is sustainability, reducing carbon footprint. So it is important. It's a cause that we need to embrace. So I kind of feel sorry for anybody who does greenwashing, because oh my God, it's just way out of line. But yes, I'm sure it exists, but not the right way.
Okay, we are talking about sustainable development or environment. What are specific action Pan Pacific is doing now?
I think we're in line with everybody else. I mean, it's absolutely zero tolerance to single-use plastic. It's making the hotel energy efficient. Where there are many ways. It's just in any way to reduce the impact we have on the environment. So I think we're all the hotels are in the same boat. One project that we just started is quite close to my heart. It's called Viet Harvest, and they take basically the surplus food, which is still a big issue in the hotel industry. Thinking about the buffets that we have, the banquets. So there is a lot of surplus food, and what Viet Harvest does, they take that food, the food that's 100% safe, and give that to the community that has worries about having enough food on the table. So what you do at the same time, you become more sustainable, but you also help the community. And that's a project really that's close to my heart, because ever since I started in the hotel, and you've seen it yourself, and probably a lot on this podcast, right? It's the waste of food that we unfortunately produce.
Do you want to say something more about Pan Pacific? What makes your hotel unique and different from other hotels?
I think it's how we are embedded in the community, what we're trying to do what we're doing for the community. One of my favorite times of the year, or what I love, is the Pan Pacific Art Awards. We talked about art before. So we work with the University of Hanoi Fine Arts, or Fine Arts University of Hanoi. And every year we choose young artists and artists with a disability to take part in the award. And it really brings the community together, and I've had the chance to meet so many fantastic people. So that's just one example, and that's a yearly and annual event that we hold. But it's caring about the community, and I think it's the general feel you have when you work at this property. What I like is that my team, they're proud to work at the Pan Pacific Hanoi. It's some sort of landmark in the city. Yes, it has, went through different names, through different brands, but it is well known in the city, and it gives you that sense of pride to work here, like I feel. I think that makes it special.
How will you see Pan Pacific in 5 years' time?
I think we won't change our work ethos, or we'll keep on doing what we do best. Since I'm in Hanoi 6 years, how the hotel environment changed here. I mean, that's one thing about Hanoi, how fast paced it is, and what's happening here, like year on year. And even, we're talking about 6 years with COVID, but just so much happened, so much is happening. So we'll be going strong. I mean, there's a lot of new competitors or new friends coming into town. So we always have to be on our toes and just, focus on the USPs that we have. And I wouldn't want to change too much. We have to go with the pace.
Keep it in better way, just keep it in.
And just, how do they say, be better tomorrow than you were yesterday.
So, some GM who want to move to Vietnam to work. And some people want to work in Ho Chi Minh City or in Hanoi, or they have no idea. What is your advice?
Just general Vietnam is fantastic. So I won't go into. I won't. I'm, one of my traits is I'm quite diplomatic. So I won't go into which city. I can only speak. I only worked in Hanoi, so I can only speak for Hanoi. And like I said, I absolutely love it. So it's. I know it's for a lot of GMs work wherever. It's a dream to work in Vietnam or Southeast Asia, right? And I'm happy I've made it here. But in terms of what, I think in order to work abroad, you need to have that cultural sensitivity. You need to understand. You cannot change a country. You can only change yourself, right? So adapt. But then enjoy it. Like nobody is gonna make me leave that soon. So I'm happy to be here. But no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter where. I mean, if you like hotels more that have the resort feel, it's obviously where to go. If you like city hotels, but not up to me to give that recommendation. I'm happy where I am.
I see. One more question about Hanoi. Why Hanoi make you happy to work here?
Like I mentioned.
Why you're happy? Yeah.
Besides
only mention.
No. I mean, I love how just Hanoi. It's fast paced. It keeps on changing, but at the same time, it doesn't forget its roots, its culture. And you see, I've worked in a lot of cities that are fast-paced, but they forget where they came from, and leave their culture behind, which is sad because that's your DNA, right? And you don't want to change that. So Hanoi, for me, yes, it's the changes I've seen in my almost 6 years, but at the same time, the DNA stays the same, the culture, and I really appreciate that because that would be devastating if Vietnam or Hanoi would lose that. And obviously, it's the people, it's the flair of the city, it's the culture, the food. But
I see.
Too many reasons, but no, it's very important that how Hanoi is hanging on to their DNA.
You just mentioned about the food. Can you name, or can you tell some name of the dishes, Vietnamese dishes?
I can, but my pronunciation is so bad, and that's at least what I hear every day.
I see.
That I'm not going to try, but no, I do love the classics. But also, having worked in Thailand, I especially appreciate here the street food scene.
I see.
Because I think that's where you get the honest food.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. Just walking around
Different
Hanoi.
kind of food, noodle soup, banh mi, bread,
just try it. You see, I've tried so many. I just can't. I'm so bad with it. Can't remember the name, but I've had just all the different type of noodles and pho's and everything that Hanoi has to offer. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, outside of work, what do you often do? And we're talking about balance or work and life.
I'm quite big on work-life balance. I think it's very important because if you're not balanced, you're not going to be good at home, and you're not going to be good at your work, right? That's why it's called balance. But I think my family helps me a lot to keep me balanced. Love spending time with them. There's always something new to discover in Hanoi. It really never gets boring in terms of new restaurants coming up, or you find new sightseeing spots. I don't know if that's a hidden advertisement, but I love riding around on my Vespa. exploring
I see.
exploring the city, and just driving around Hotei or just around Chuba, and just it kind of, you have that time to think and enjoy at the same time. So I love doing that, just exploring the city because it's huge. I mean, after 6 years, there's still spots where I think, never been there.
If you want our audience or people remember you not as a GM, who do you want remember to talk about you? Who you are?
You mean in terms of I wouldn't have gone into the hotel industry? What job?
Not
or?
in terms of job.
Oh, just I think that I truly cared. I think that's something that it's nice if people remember you by. I mean, I do think I have I think everybody thinks that about themselves. I have a good sense of humor. At least I try hard. But I think that, somebody that just cared. We talked about being a people's person, right? That doesn't come from nowhere. Being authentic and caring. If I change jobs to another hotel and the team remembers me as that, for me it's important to have fun at work. Even if we're in a 5-star hotel industry, but in the back of house, people need to feel at ease and feel comfortable and have fun, because then it all works out. We spoke about employee satisfaction and all the different generations, but everybody loves to have fun, and that makes your job then. If you come with a smile on your face to work every day, then everything is good. So remember me as a caring, fun person.
Thank you. The last word, if you want to send message to our audience, what do you want to send?
Look, if you made it to this point, so you listened to the whole podcast, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciated the time. I loved the questions. I had a lot of fun. Thank you to the crew, everybody here behind the scenes. Look, if you see me anywhere outside, if you have any more questions, if you need any advice or want to hear the Red Hot Chili Pepper story, don't hesitate. I'm a nice guy. Approach me. So thank you very much for watching.
Why not? Actually, I have found it's very interesting and enjoyable to talk to you. And thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.